Hi Maple class, in lesson 3 we're going to be practicing our writing skills. We are going to write a letter to a school child from the past. Okay, so step 1 is to choose a classroom to research. Pick the year you want to have a look at and find out a little bit more about these classrooms, or just use the information you already know about. Step 2 is choose your method of how to write your letter. You've got a choice of either using purple marsh or just good old-fashioned pen and paper. And step 3 will be just to write your letter. Now stay tuned to find out what kind of challenge you want to choose, whether it's going to be the mild challenge or the spicy challenge on how to write your letter. Okay, and this is the mild challenge. So for the mild challenge, you need to make sure that you start your letter off with dear, and then you're going to get creative and think of your own name, so you can make up a name for this child. In your letter, you're going to ask them at least 3 questions. So you might want to start off with how are you, or how are you doing, or how are you feeling. There are some examples here, like do you like going to school, or what is your favourite lesson. And remember, when you ask a question, you need to add a what at the end? Not a full stop, a question mark. You can use some of the examples that I've done, but I'd like you to think of some of your own too. And at the end, you need to put from and then your name. And if you would like to do the spicy challenge, what I'd like you to do is add a bit more detail and think a bit more for yourself on this challenge. So I'd like 5 questions to ask the child, but it has to be from your imagination. Maybe if you find it a bit tricky, you might want to use one of the examples to get you started. And then I want you to talk about 3 things that you have or do in school today. I want you to include at least 5 adjectives. Those are describing words. How can you make that letter sound really interesting when you're describing things in school? And at least 2 conjunctions. So those are our joining words to make sentences have a bit more detail. So they could be because, so, and, but, then, and then just like before, you're going to end the letter from you. Also, don't forget, all your questions need a what at the end? Not a full stop, a question mark. So to recap, if the sentence is a question, use a question mark at the end. But you may be using sentences that are not always a question, so have a little look at it, say it out loud. If it's not a question, use a full stop. When you've got all your equipment ready, or you're ready to start writing your letter on purple marsh, pause this part here so you can have a little look at the ideas map. This will help you with thinking about questions you might want to write and the adjectives and conjunctions. And that's it for lesson 3. I'm really looking forward to reading your letters to the children from the past. And maybe if you're really lucky, after the half-term holidays, some of these children might reply to you. When you're finished with your letters, make sure you post them on Twitter or send them through email so I can have a little look at all your hard work and give out some dojo points. Bye!